of office, you are welcome to make remarks prior to administering the oath of office, and if our elected would like to say a couple words, you are welcome to after legal has taken place. With that being said, if I could please have Councilmember-elect Tony Barrera please proceed to the podium. Administering his oath of office today, we have Barrera. Please proceed.
All right, Tony.
Hey, just before we do this is my mother, Margarita. She came from Southern California to be with her son. And this is my daughter, Margarita. After the meeting, we're going to go have Margarita.
I state your name.
I, Tony Barrera,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of California
and the state of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the constitutions of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the state of California,
and the state of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose
without any mental reservation or
of
purpose
evasion,
of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Quiero felicitar a mi hijo por estar aquí
I want to congratulate my son for being here.
y decirle que lo quiero mucho
Tell him that I love
y
him.
me da mucho gusto
I'm very grateful
de ver hasta dónde ha llegado. Muchas gracias.
You know, I want to thank all of you for being here. My mother came from Southern California to be with me. My wife's with me. She's sometimes with me. My daughter, my granddaughter Mackenzie, and my granddaughter Sissy. You know, as we serve the people of Salinas, I think we're here because we do enjoy what we do, and hopefully we're doing a job that you feel that we're doing in the best interest of all residents of Salinas. You know, to my colleagues, we're in a political arena and we will not always agree in certain issues. But I think what brings us together, what unites us together, is the public service to improve the quality of every resident of this great city. And to all the people that are here to support my colleagues and myself, I hope that you don't make this the last time that you're here, because this is your hall. This is your place of business. If there's things that you feel we're not doing well, or maybe we are doing well, every now and then throws a, hey, you guys are doing good. And every now and then say, hey, what the hell are you doing? And you know, to all the employees of the city of Salinas, let's not make it one group here, one group here. We're united together in the best interests of every resident. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. If I could please have Councilmember-elect Steve McShane please proceed to the podium. Administering his oath of office, we have Pastor Todd Anderson. Please proceed to the podium.
Good to see you.
On the Bible. I, Steve McShane,
I, Steve McShane,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and
the
defend
Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of California
and the state of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and
to
allegiance
the constitutions of the United States
to the constitutions of the United
and
States
the state of California,
and the state of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
and without any mental reservation
and without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
And so Steve asked me to prepare a few comments for him in this great moment, so I'll share. Today we gather for the purpose of looking forward to a future where our city is better united and our politics are less contentious. And it becomes incumbent upon the leaders of the city to then set a bar high and lead its citizens well. I have no doubt that Steve McShane is a leader of such character. He is more than capable to live up to that high standard. Abraham Lincoln once said, "My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of the earth." And that hope isn't found in a nation's capital. It's not found in any state capital. But rather that hope is found within the cities and the towns and the villages and hamlets embedded within the fabric of this great land. Our nation is great because our cities are great. There is no national greatness, friend, without local greatness. When our people look for hope, they don't look to Sacramento or Washington, D.C. They look for hope in our city councils, in our mayor, and our collective organizations that have worked together for generations. All hope is local, and it is to this great endeavor that you have been duly elected by the citizens of Salinas, California. It was Benjamin Franklin who once noted, "The longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see of this truth, that God governs in the affairs of men. If a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without its notice, is it probable that an empire can rise without his aid? We have been assured in the sacred writings that except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it." For over 150 years, Compass Church and the leaders of this city have worked together to create a city that is not built in vain. And today we recognize that same hand of providence for our leadership and the hand that has guided us over 5 decades, spanning 3 centuries. Pastors and city leaders and citizens and families have come and gone, but yet the hand of God has been upon this leading. And today, Steve, you step into that continuous and divine task of representing the people of our city as you lead with integrity and hope. May God continue to grant you wisdom as you lead.
Well, I just want to thank Pastor Todd Anderson for his words and to the team from Compass. There's a number of friends here. Friends from the business community, the Chamber of Commerce, the community at large, but also friends that helped get me elected. I've seen Dennis, Cecilia, Alicia, Marika, Albert, Nick, Justin, Patty. There's a whole team of people behind a campaign and a community that gets behind a candidate and their vision. And I'm so stoked by that because it's not just me, it's each and every one of these individuals that we're swearing in today and the remainder of our council that make for a good team. I especially want to acknowledge my incredible wife. It's been a long journey. In less than 5 years, 4 campaigns, 2 children that we birthed, remodeled 4 bathrooms, I think. And I might have replaced some of the fruit trees in the yard. But what really goes to show about this kind of public service is the sacrifice. It's that call to your loved one to say, hey, council's running a little bit late. I may have asked too many questions or said too much. Why do we do it? We do it for the community. We do it for the love of the city. And we need to remind each other that we're all in this because we think Salinas can be better tomorrow than it is today. And I truly believe that every single one of the folks sitting on this dais have that in their hearts. You know, as a pledge to the citizens of Salinas and to my teammates, I'm going to show up and be prepared. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to stay in my lane. And as a mentor of mine is imposed upon me, I'm not going to get cute. I'll give staff and my colleagues a heads up if there's going to be some disagreement. Be respectful, and more importantly than anything, build friendships amongst one another. Because it's not just for today or this week or the battle before us, but it's in the name of the great city, so that when we're all at the same rest home and our time has come to an end, we can look back and say we all played fair in the spirit of a better Salinas. So I just, again, want to say thank you to the city, to our team that is going to be up here working together, and to the team that got behind me, and certainly to my wife. And if I can just end in a moment of prayer and reflection, I just want to say, Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you for everything you provided for our city. Please bless this council, bless this city, and give us the strength to take Salinas forward. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much.
If I could please have Councilmember-elect Jose Andrew Sandoval please proceed to the podium. And next in his oath of office, we have Ethan, Nathan, Sean, and Bella Sandoval. Please proceed to the podium.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Andrew Sandoval, do solemnly swear
I, Andrew Sandoval, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the state of California
and the state of California
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the constitutions of the United States
to the constitutions of the United States
and the state of California,
and the state of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
I just wanted to say that I am very proud of you and I love you and I'm glad to have this opportunity to run and I know you've been through a lot, but I'm so happy for you. You deserve this position as much as me personally can and I'm very proud.
Well, there's no hiding my emotions. So as you get to know me, my wife said, "You're going to cry," and I said, "No, I'm not." Yes, you are. No, I'm not. So please bear with me. First of all, I really wanted all of you up here with me. So, thank you for attending. For me, this city council member position is really a position of a public servant, as my fellow council member Tony Barrera has said for many years. To all my fellow city council members that supported and guided me, I appreciate you and I thank you. And to our fellow council members, I look forward to working with you as a team. It was important for me to be sworn in with the community present, so it knows that this chair right here belongs to the community. I'm here to serve you to make Salinas a better place. So I'd like to start off by thanking my wife who stood by me through all of our adventures. She keeps me focused, and as she likes to say, she's the neck that turns the head. I love her and appreciate her. And to my 4 kids that continue to inspire me, I'm eternally grateful. Sean, my youngest, he believed so much that I could win that he was willing to bet me $10 that I would win. He put himself out there and he ran for president of La Jolla Elementary School and he won. His help putting together campaign material and walking, it made a difference. My son Nathan, who became a teenager recently, and these are my twin boys in case you haven't noticed, although they're different in many ways. This is Nathan and this is Ethan. They just turned 13. I recently received a letter from his teacher stating, Nathan volunteered right away and was on time and worked hard until the project was done. And that's what he's about. He made me proud. And of course, his help on the campaign made a difference. He even wanted to make his school a better place, so he ran to be student representative at John Gutierrez Middle School, and also won. He is learning that having a seat at the table lets him be part of a team that gets to make decisions to improve his school. And of course, his help made a difference on the campaign. My daughter Bella, a sophomore at Rancho San Juan, always makes me proud. Her willingness to help others and listen is amazing. This campaign, I created a TikTok, which was a new experience for me. And her idea for a video helped reach an audience that doesn't often get reached in city government. And it was a huge success. So her help on my campaign made a difference. I'm proud of all of my kids. I recognize the help and support that their friends, and they like to take credit for a lot of votes. The reality is they did help me a lot. Their friends shared what I wanted to do for the community and convinced their parents and families to vote for me. They made a big difference in my campaign. Eric Peterson. Eric, I know you're here because you're always here. And I want to tell him, a D5 resident, a longtime advocate for Salinas, who supported me and guided me, he made a difference in my campaign. Peter and his mom, who are here, a D5 resident, who not only has concerns but hopes that the permit center, our streets and sidewalks would improve for all residents, made a difference in my campaign. A D5 resident who one day reached out to me to support my campaign and walk and talk to her neighbors about my candidacy. I don't know if Kim is here, but she made a difference in my campaign. Eric Quigley, are you here? Eric Quigley, D5 resident who called me and said, how can I help you? By walking and putting up signs, he made a difference in this campaign. I don't know if Karen is right here. Who always is available to give me advice and lend a helping hand, but more importantly, a listening ear. Ana Velasquez, Chief Nieto, our new sheriff. Lupe Gilpas, Patty, Nelly, Beatriz, Tanya, and many other strong women in Salinas and Monterey County that advocate for a better future for all. Thank you all for your support. And of course, the support for the hardworking unions across Monterey County and Salinas. Thank you for your support. The hardworking families across Salinas that help spread the word in hopes that we would be able to improve their neighborhoods, those families made the difference. My brother Jacob advised me and walked for the campaign and drove me around and was there when things were tough. Thank you. To my sister-in-law Carla next to him. Organizer and motivator and dedicated many weekends and hours to support this campaign. Thank you. She made a difference in this campaign. I'm not sure of my first grade teacher. But her name is Mrs. Sandoval, and she's no relation, teacher at Santa Rita, recently retired, but loves to teach so much that she's substituting. I remember she wrote on my report card, Andrew talks too much and loves to help others. And that really, that's really stuck, especially the talking a lot, as you will. So thank you to all teachers. To my parents, my mom, please stand. And my dad. My dad, who worked 7 days a week to give our family things he never had. Gracias, Pa. To my mom, who has been there, helping me with every campaign. When I first ran for 7th grade president at Gavin Middle School, and supporting me in all my crazy adventures. Thanks, Mom. To my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, please stand. My mother-in-law, who has a heart of gold, and my father-in-law, Dave, the cowboy fan. I thank you for bringing me into your family and all the love and support you have provided. To my grandma, Mama Rosita, and my Papa Pancho, who have passed and left me lessons about family and integrity. And to my tias and tios and cousins, I love you and I thank you. To people like Pete, Renee, Andre, Doug, Victor, Olga, Juan, IBW, Ray, Rohan, Joe, Carrie, Pastor Jack, Carrie, Kim, so many people, Kathy, Mary from church, my fellow church members from Echoes of Calvary, I appreciate you. To my brother David and his new baby, Mike. And to Levi and my sister Erica, I thank you all. Chris Barrera. As my kids call him, my bestie, right? So Chris Barrera, a Raider fan, who has taught me the meaning of service above self and making sure that we step up to help those who need help. He has guided me and often pushed me to be better, do better, and get things done for our community. His commitment to excellence and his attitude of just win, baby, has helped me get to this position, but most of all has had a huge impact for many. It's been my privilege to be a member of LULAC and to learn from so many how to advocate for those that often get ignored. So thank you, Chris. Thank God, because as my mom said, well, it's obvious God wants you in that position. That's why you're there. So thank you to God, my church, my community, and of course the voters of District 5. There's a lot of people to thank, and my apologies if I forgot to name you. The reason I mention so many names and give credit to so many people, because the reality is, like I said before, this is a community seat. I was put here to represent and work for them, and that's my promise to you. Les quiero dar las gracias, and don't worry, it's just a brief. The good thing is, through our organization, we advocate for interpretation and transparency across Monterey County. And I'm proud to say the city of Salinas doesn't have that issue. We have an interpreter, so this is being interpreted in Spanish, which is something that's near and dear to my heart, because it's a matter of access, right? So les quiero dar las gracias a la comunidad por su apoyo y su voto. Les quiero decir que son bienvenidos aquí y con mucho gusto estamos aquí para servirlos. Para los miembros de Padres Unidos, no sé si están aquí, Padres Unidos. Quiero decir que ustedes tienen un lugar muy especial en mi corazón, porque es el grupo de BHC donde yo participé y yo aprendí mucho que me ha ayudado para llegar a esta posición para servir la comunidad. So muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
You deserve it, Andrew.
I'll pay for this.
Hi, I'm Andrew's wife, but he obviously spoke for all of us. I just want to thank you for voting for my husband. I want to thank you for the support for our family. And I am so excited for him to be in this position. He's wanted to do this for a long time. And I can't wait to be his cheerleader in the background, so thank you.
If I can please have Mayor-elect Craig proceed to the podium. Administering her oath of office, we have State of California Assembly Member Robert Rivas.
Can I have my dad and my partner come join me?
As you, Mayor Craig, you raise your right hand. So please repeat after me. I, state your name,
I, Kimbley Craig,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
true faith,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
enter. Thank you, Assemblymember Rivas, and congratulations on becoming Speaker in 2023. That's a pretty badass move, if I have to say. And it's a tough act to follow, Mr. Sandoval. I don't have 4 children, but I did bring an assembly member, so I hope that you know, one of the interesting things I think you've seen each and every one of us get a little emotional up here. It's because we care. It's because we genuinely care about our community, and we're trying to do right by our community. I want to say first and foremost thank you to the 14,404 residents of Salinas who voted me back into office. 62% of the vote and an overwhelming landslide. Thank you. I also just want to point out, because I'm like that I'm the second female in the city's 150-year history of being a mayor. That's a, yes, you can clap at that. Despite us being 50% of the population, we need more women in office, in elected office. So congratulations to Sheriff Nieto at the back. I'm very excited. I do want to acknowledge my team. When you run for office, you have a team. Sometimes it's a bunch of friends that you grew up with, and sometimes they're paid consultants, and sometimes it's a little bit of everything. But Michael Terrace has continued to be a stalwart supporter and advocate and strong voice behind the scenes for me. I just want to say thank you to Michael. I also just want to say thank you to Blake Holliday, who was my campaign manager for the last couple of elections, and he's kept the crazy inside, which is always helpful when you're running for office, and the large group of friends and family and colleagues that have precinct walked and hung signs and showed up at my campaign fundraisers and made sure that their friends and their mothers knew to vote for me and put the magnets up on people's mailboxes. And it's such a machine to run for office. that I couldn't do it alone. I fully acknowledge that, and I just want to say thank you to the people here who helped me get reelected. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the love of my life, Bobby. For those of you that don't remember, I stepped out of office in 2018 to focus on my career and my relationship, and you can see where that landed me. But his undying support and his ongoing commitment to me, to have me in this role, and his level of support, I love you, and I could not thank you enough. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to my dad, too. He's my biggest cheerleader. He is the staple guest at any cocktail party with his glass of wine. So thanks for not bringing the wine. But I'm incredibly grateful that I have you as a supporter, and certainly Mom up until 2020. You know, when I ran for office in 2010, my mom said, why? Why would you want to do that? Why? Gang members are going to know your name, like you have, that just doesn't make sense. And for those of you that don't know, my mom passed away after a long illness in 2020. And, you know, I said, Mom, I don't know if you take a look at my life as a whole, but in 8th grade, I was the ASB president at the middle school, and I was the senior class president at my high school, and then got involved in my board of directors in college for my sorority, and then got involved with the Salinas JCs. It's kind of in my blood to lead, and it's in my blood to make sure that there's good, strong foundations for the communities that I serve. What I have to tell you, and what I have to tell my fellow council members, is that I have a commitment to be your mayor. I have a commitment to be the mayor for all areas of Salinas, every single side of Salinas. I have a commitment to collaborate with you, to compromise, and to make sure that we get some really great things done through the next couple of years while I'm serving as your mayor. I just want to say thanks so much to everyone in the room. I love a packed city council meeting. The actual meeting starts at 4, so if you'd like to stick around, you can.
Zoom!
But that being said, I just want to say thanks so much, and look forward to working for you over the next 2 years.
If we can have the rest of our council members please join our council members up at the dais, please.
Okay, and so for our first item of business, we're going to go ahead and adjourn for light refreshments out in the west wing. I'm looking at my minutes. The meeting will reconvene at 4 p.m., but we're going to go ahead and adjourn right now, and we'll start our meeting at 4. Thank you.